I just wanted to jump on it with this because I did a whole thing on what is RICO when Diddy got arrested. And so I said, now I have some points of view and opinions that maybe people agreed with, didn't agree with, whatever the case. They dismissed his RICO case. They threw it out. I told people there could be a chance that that could happen because after all, I kept asking the question, how are you having a RICO with one person? RICO is a corrupt criminal organization, not an individual. So they dismissed the case. They threw out the RICO charge on Diddy. And I saw it coming. And I was on somebody's live the other day and they asked me, I made the comment, if he plays the game right, all of a sudden the case may be overturned. And she said, absolutely not. He's over. It's over for him. And I said, That's what everybody said about Cosby too, didn't they? Well, was it over? No, it was not. Because if you play along with the game and you do what they tell you to do and you act right, all of a sudden they forget all the stuff you did. Now, the sex trafficking is still on. They're still going to work that one. But just seeing this first move shows me, and again, I'm not wishing to see the brother go to the joint. That's not something I would want for anybody. But to see that already they're beginning to backpedal and go, oh, well, okay, we're going to throw out the RICO charge. We don't find anything to satisfy that as the case. I'm like, right, so now they can come up with, say, rush to judgment, and all this kind of stuff, and next thing you know, the other case goes out. Now, does he get back the status he once had? That's a whole nother question. But I said this to people many times, and a lot of people didn't agree with me, and I showed pictures where I was in the industry, and all these people I know, including him, and I said, this has been going on for a long time. Everybody's been knowing about it. It's not a secret to most people. So to say all of a sudden now you bringing down him as if he's a king, and like I said, there's Weinstein and Jeffrey Epstein's and whoever else you want to name. Even the guy who had the Playboy Mansion, Hefner. This has been going on forever. But I kept saying, who did he cross? And people kept, saying I was bugging for saying that. Well, who did he cross? Who did he upset that they decided to go after him like they went after him? But definitely the RICO is out. What does that look like? It looks like wealthy people justice. That's what it looks like. But I kind of thought it was fishy, and I didn't think it would have the roots that it gain the legs it needs to gain, because it's a RICO, and a RICO is a criminal organization, and you don't arrest one person on a RICO charge. It just didn't make sense. So I was sitting here kind of watching it play out. I'm not shocked. I have some opinions on it that's not very, very popular opinions, but this is really a good time for me to get on here with a lot of people and say, I told you so. I told you so. Like, you don't understand. The criminal system don't work by your emotions, and it doesn't work by your feelings, or that ain't right, or that ain't fair. That's not how the criminal justice system works. It works if you can plead your case better than the other person can, you win. It doesn't mean that you're right or wrong. It just means that if you have better lawyers and you can plead a better case, or you have more facts to prove, there's judges who will say, I think you're guilty of sin, but the evidence can't prove it, so I got to let you go. And that's the way the criminal system has always worked and will continue to work. It doesn't work in favor of those who are emotional. Whoever has the money and the power to play the game right are the people who get away with it. You know this. I'm not telling you something you don't know. You know this. And I think they may come up with some cause or some, provocation of why the whole thing gets thrown out. And my basis of that is, whoever you ticked off that made them come after you, those people in authority and in power, that 1%, once you make peace with them, they'll turn it back around. But then make sure you stay in your place and know your color, ninja. Stay in your place, and we can be okay. Just like everybody thought Cosby was done, and then all of a sudden it was like, oh, technicality, he's out. It's the way it works. So this is where we are right now. They dropped the RICO case. And so yeah, I'm just going to continue watching to see where it goes from here, what becomes of it.